I'm Jeff Bezos.
And what is your claim to fame?
I'm the founder of Amazon.com.
A 35-year-old Jeff Bezos.
I always tell people who are, who think they want to be entrepreneurs, you need a combination of stubborn relentlessness and flexibility.
World's first ever person to amass a $200 billion fortune.
Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos announcing this morning that he is going to space.
Jeff Bezos is leaving his post as CEO this summer, handing the reins of the massive disruptor he built to Andy Jassy, the current head of Amazon Web Services.
12 brilliant business strategies from Jeff Bezos. With a net worth of almost $200 billion, Jeff Bezos is undoubtedly the richest person in the world. In fact, the way things are going for him, he might even become the first trillionaire. And all thanks to his incredible entrepreneurial abilities. His company, Amazon, is the largest and most successful shop online out there, and its growth doesn't seem to be slowing down. So, if you want to become a businessman too, there's hardly a better person to take lessons from than Jeff Bezos. Even if you don't achieve the same success, his advice may prove invaluable for your company. So here are 12 brilliant strategies from Jeff Bezos that will take your business to a whole new level. Number 1, don't be afraid to dream big. If any entrepreneur had big dreams, it was certainly Jeff Bezos. Back when he was first starting to work on Amazon in 1994, he already pictured that sales would reach 100 million by 2000. At that time, he had no real reason to believe this, nor could he be sure his project wouldn't be a failure. Yet, as it turned out, dreaming big paid off. His sales outperformed his predictions and reached a whopping 1 billion. In fact, if you take a look at Jeff Bezos' whole career, it's full of big dreams and risky moves. Another such was Kindle, at the time a product that was nearly impossible to imagine. But Bezos had a vision. What if people could find, buy, download, and read books from anywhere in the world? His own designers and partners were hesitant, thinking it was too risky of a venture. Still, Bezos persisted, and the rest is history. So, does all that mean your business will become as large as Bezos's if you just follow your dreams? Of course not. But if you dare to dream big and pursue those goals despite the obstacles, you'll be more likely to succeed. Telling yourself that something is impossible or unlikely is only setting up yourself for failure. And even if you don't reach the destination you envisioned, the journey to it will be worth it. Maybe your company won't be as big as you imagined, but you'll still have it. Or maybe your business won't succeed at all, but the time you spent working on it won't be wasted. After all, you'll acquire many new skills and gain experience that's sure to be useful in your future ventures. Be inventive. One of the most important but often overlooked skills entrepreneurs need is creativity. Jeff Bezos is well aware of that. That's why he puts so much emphasis on it as a key to success. Without his and his team's constant innovations, Amazon wouldn't be nearly as big as it is today. It's precisely Bezos' thinking outside the box that makes this platform stand out from all similar ones out there. And another thing, Bezos doesn't believe that the customers should drive innovation. Of course, you implement new features and think up solutions for various issues to better their experience, but you shouldn't ask your customers to come up with ideas for you. That's your job. The clients can often tell you whether they like or dislike something, but it's up to you to figure out different ways of doing things. Ultimately, don't avoid brainstorming sessions or think of them as a chore. They are the driving force of your business. And without them, your business will never reach its full potential. Number 3, choose the path you'll regret the least. Owning a business is rarely smooth sailing. You'll often be forced to make difficult decisions that could make or break your brand. In such a case, you might be tempted to choose the least risky path and avoid potential losses. And that's perfectly reasonable, but Jeff Bezos doesn't think it's the right way of looking at things. Instead, ask yourself what option you'll regret the least when you're old and on your deathbed. When you figure out which one it is, you should go for it no matter how risky it may be. That way, even if your business doesn't become highly successful, you'll never have to struggle with what ifs. Of course, this sort of thinking isn't new, but Jeff Bezos did coin a term for it. the regret minimization framework. He firmly sticks to this philosophy, and as you can see, it really worked out for him. Number 4, don't spend on trivial things. To make money, you need to spend some too. That's a well-known fact. But what you definitely don't have to do and shouldn't do is overspend, especially on things you don't need. Jeff Bezos may be a billionaire, but he didn't become one by wasting money. Instead, he learned to be thrifty and spend it only when he really needs to. For instance, Bezos' employees don't fly business class and don't stay in luxurious suites on business trips. With the amount of money Amazon makes, it's clear that they could afford it, but it's the company's policy to save as much money as possible. And you should implement such a policy too, especially when you're just starting out. Don't be afraid to spend the things you need, but avoid mindlessly wasting your money. Even when you start earning more, take care to always make more than you spend. Number 5, hire people you can rely on. You surely understand how important the hiring process is, but according to Jeff Bezos, having a good team of reliable employees is crucial. They shouldn't just be skilled and ready to learn, but they should also share your drive, passion, and vision. That way, you won't have to waste a lot of time trying to get them to understand what you're striving towards. So, when you're hiring new people, focus on looking for attributes, skills, and personality types you value. Don't lower your standards for anyone. It's a waste of time and resources to hire someone that isn't a good fit. For instance, Bezos is extremely hardworking and he values a similar trait in his new employees. Thus, he hires people who are willing to work even up to 60 hours a week. Those might be rare, but they are incredibly valuable to his company. Number 6, understand your customers. Your business exists to provide some sort of a service or a product to your customers. So obviously, you need to understand who you're selling to. Now, that's nothing that new. Even brand new entrepreneurs know that customers always come first. But Jeff Bezos takes client research to a whole new level. To him, his customers' needs and concerns are of utmost importance. Instead of first developing a product and then testing it in the market, try to do the opposite. Research the market first. Try to understand what gaps you can fill and what the clients want. After that, you'll have an easier time coming up with a solution and selling it to the world. You won't even have to convince people they need your product. They'll be aware that they do from the start. Number 7, go for a lower margin. If you haven't run a business before, you might not know what the term margin is. To put it simply, it's the difference between the cost of making a product and its selling price. Usually, businesses go for high margins since that means they make more money with less effort. However, Jeff Bezos is a believer in and an advocate for a low-margin business model. So, what's his reasoning behind it? Well, having a lower margin means that you'll sell higher quality products at an affordable price. And, unsurprisingly, customers absolutely love that. This sort of approach ensures that your business swiftly beats the competition and builds a loyal client base. In essence, lower margins lead to higher turnovers, so even if the profits are fairly small, they accumulate into larger sums of money. Number 8, don't limit yourself to just leading. As the CEO of one of the biggest companies in the world, Jeff Bezos has thousands of employees working for him. Technically speaking, he doesn't have to do anything but focus on being a leader. And yet, that's not the case. In fact, Bezos likes to do all kinds of work in his company, even the handiwork in the manufacturing department. But it's not just about liking the job either. Bezos fully understands his own influence and that as the CEO, he can set an example for his employees. Actually, many workers feel inspired when they get to work alongside their leader, and that's not just the case with Bezos. You would surely see that same effect if you tried it too. Number 9, don't be afraid to make mistakes. There's no businessman in the world who's never made any mistakes, and Jeff Bezos is no exception. Thanks to his innovative spirit, he comes up with ideas all the time. Man, some of them don't work out. But instead of letting that stop him from experimenting further, he uses these mistakes to learn and grow his company further. For instance, back in 2014, Amazon decided to launch its first smartphone known as Fire Phone. Despite all the funds and time spent on its design, this project turned out to be a failure, and the phone was quickly discontinued. But Bezos wasn't discouraged. He accepted that he failed and kept on experimenting, and as it happens, some of his other projects took off and became hugely successful. So, one mistake shouldn't hold you back either. Number 10, working on gaining customer trust. You can invest thousands of dollars in expensive marketing campaigns, and none of those will help if your customers don't trust you. So, your first order of business is to get people on your side by being loyal and honest. And this strategy is something that Jeff Bezos fully supports. In fact, he supports it so much that he encouraged his employees to write honest book reviews on Amazon back when the company was in its infancy. Seeing both bad and good reviews made the users trust the website, and soon enough, they began purchasing items from it and recommending the site to their friends. So even if you get the urge to embellish the truth and make your company look better than it is, don't do it. Take the honest approach instead. It's bound to bring the best results. Number 11, don't copy others, but take inspiration. Copying someone's ideas outright is not just wrong, but also it's sometimes illegal. So obviously Jeff Bezos would never encourage you to do that. Nor would he be as successful as he is if he wasn't original. But though he doesn't copy anyone, he certainly takes inspiration from other great minds, and he's not ashamed to admit it. One such person was James Sinegal, the founder of Costco, whose ideas on customer loyalty and paid membership programs really influenced him. So don't be afraid of taking other people's ideas and then adding your own spin to them. As long as you don't copy everything and acknowledge the person who influenced you, you're fully within your rights. Number 12, take things slow. As we've said before, you should dream big, but don't expect things to go your way right away. Building a successful business is a slow process that may take years or even decades. Jeff Bezos may be the richest person in the world now, but Amazon wasn't a huge success when he first made it. At the time, the website was only selling books, and it took a while for it to become the one-stop shop that it is today. So take it easy and enjoy the journey no matter where it takes you. Ultimately, don't give up. These are just some of the strategies Jeff Bezos employs as the CEO of Amazon and the leader of other large projects. Try them out for yourself. Some of them are bound to bring results to you too. And most importantly, don't give up, even if you don't succeed right away. The biggest secret of every great businessman is precisely that. They keep on going even when the odds are stacked against them.